How's that? Okay, well, we're gonna, first of all, the slides will show the welcome and all that good stuff, but before we do that, I want to find out what you really discovered from last week, or if you've had time to play with it or even did anything with it. And my apologies as I did not get a video done for you. Last week was an unusual week for me as well. We had a funeral and some other things. So my apologies, but I will have that done for you today in case you didn't get it done. Okay. Any comments on the homework, how you felt about it? I've only heard from two. I saw Jenny's and then I got Sherry sent to me by email. So I had the two of them. Yes, Marla?
I'm working on it.
I put mine in the Facebook group.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I did not see that. I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we need to revamp something here, we'll talk about it. And Nora, you're working on yours, you said?
Yes, it's been a week. I was off all last week.
Oh, I understand. And I'm very flexible here because we all run businesses or work in a business. We have families. There's things that goes on with life, but it's understanding it. Nora, you'll see from one of the things I did, it'll be real easy for you to do. Jenny, thank you for putting yours in there. We're going to dive a little deeper with yours, not necessarily online today, but with you personally. No, I just want to dive a little deeper because I'll show you I'm going to use you as one of the examples today, and you're going to see how some of that works.
I hope it's not a bad example.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. I would never do that to you. Never. But to show you how Chatty can take it deeper and deeper and deeper, depending on what you put in there. It's the prompts. It's that garbage in, garbage out. The more we give it great information, the better information it shares. And so we'll talk about that. Deirdre, have you gotten on yet or done anything with it?
Deirdre are on the same team, so
yeah.
Okay, no problem. Well, let's get to, okay, share the screen here. Let's find our presentation. Let's get past this. Okay, we're in the real world application. So the other things were a lot of information about chat. And when I say chatty, you do not have to use that term. You do not have to put it in your prompts like I do. It's just a term of endearment I use for chat. So, and we're going to talk a little bit today because things have changed as far as using chat 4.0, not 4.0, but 4.0. And using that as far as how much you can do it, how much time you get with it, because they have really cut things short. So we're going to have to be better at putting our prompts in so that we get the information we need closer to begin with and not keep going, unless you're going to upgrade and use the Plus program.
So can you only ask them so many questions where they cut you off?
Mm-hmm.
Or
and then they'll tell you can come back like at 4 o'clock and do it again, those kind of things. So that's what they've done. And we knew it was coming. Anytime you have a free version and then they have a paid version, it goes to that. But it's still there and still available. And that's why, last week I talked about Perplexity. So I encourage you to get the free version of Perplexity so that if you run out of time on ChatGPT, you can run over to Perplexity and finish out some things.
Can you just say that Perplexity is that? I didn't write. I guess I didn't write that down. I took notes last week. Okay, so it's Perplexity. Okay,
just like it sounds. Yes, and there's a free version of that as well. Now, don't get into learning all the different things about Perplexity. Just use it as your backup right now. Now, Dawn can go because she's a whiz at this already. But the rest of you will want to stay on chat and only use Perplexity probably as a backup right now.
Okay. So let me just ask this question. So ChatGPT is like Perplexity, but what is the category of these? It's just called AI.
Right. These are AI tools.
AI tools.
Nora, we get to see you in person.
I know. I'm not driving. I'm actually in my office because I had to go to the zoo early this morning and drop my kid off.
Oh, wow. She's going to have such a great time though.
Yeah.
Okay. Now on week 2, are there any questions before I jump into the new here? Hey, and feel free to speak up and ask your questions because when I remove things so I can see the screen, then many times I can't see you. I only see a few of you.
Right now, I don't know what to ask.
Okay, well, and that's fair enough. And as we go along, we're into week 3. You've got week 4 again for more questions. But let's continue on here. Okay. The Discovery Challenge is what we were already talking about. I still would like you to finish that and fill that out and get it into the Facebook because I like to continue using that to help you and move things along for you. And this is what I was asking for. It's your business overview, your target audience, your brand identity, goals, challenges, your competition, your communication style, any key messages. And each one of those, remember, if it's something you don't know or you're not familiar with, skip that part, just move on. You'll start to build it out. You'll start giving Chatty a lot of information that they'll start to recognize you. And so if you don't have all 8 of those, it's not a big deal. Just work with what you do have. Those will just give you the complete process for you. Okay. I did for Tessa this, let me get rid of this here if I can. For Tessa, I wanted a Facebook bio because all of you realize you can put your bio on Facebook. And so for Tessa Greenspan, she's not on this morning, but she's one of our members here. She's an author, motivational speaker, and global business trainer. Probably most of you know Tessa. She's incredible. And this is what Chatty came up with for a Facebook bio for Tessa. As an author and motivational speaker, I specialize in training and building high-performing global sales and marketing teams. I'm a multi-talented, world-class expert who delivers prosperity, wellness, and happiness to businesses of all sizes, including government, nonprofit, and startups. You see, it's got a lot of information, and that's what you want to give. I thrive on the challenge of creating real measurable results for my teams. Being a people person, I enjoy working with individuals from all walks of life, helping them develop successful businesses. My goal is to empower committed individuals who want more out of life by helping them create prosperity, wellness, energy, and joy. Through effective communication strategies, positive can-do attitudes, and we all know that's Tessa, and simple life work success strategies, I enable individuals to leverage our internationally recognized training, coaching, and mentoring program. This program provides powerful residual income streams in the US and 54 countries, utilizing and going on there. The point to this, though, I want you to notice, I took this information from LinkedIn. I pulled some of the information, put it in, and this is what chat came up with. Any questions on that?
Okay, ignorant question.
There
So you used what she had on LinkedIn and put it, because I guess I didn't use the chat thing to write out my,
Oh, no, you didn't have to do that.
oh,
was-
okay.
Yeah, I didn't do that either.
No, the
Okay.
challenge was your information before it
Okay.
ever goes to chat. That is your information, and this is what it does. But I copy and pasted her information from LinkedIn telling what she does. And this is what Chatty came up with. It makes it more concise, pretty clear. And this is exactly what happens. This is what you have the advantage of using ChatGPT or any of the AIs. It doesn't really matter, any of those tools.
Okay.
Any other questions? Please do step up if you have some. Okay. Obviously, we're going into healthcare here. Chatty, please give me 10 blog titles to reach our perfect clients. You can imagine who this is for. Does this look familiar, Nora or Deirdre? Okay. Unlocking independence. I'm sorry.
I said, yes, it does.
Oh, good, good. Okay, but all I did was ask it to give me 10 blog titles to reach your perfect clients, obviously our perfect clients. I just put in a little bit of information about the company, and these are the titles it came up with. Here's the first 5. Unlocking Independence, how private home care empowers seniors to live life on their terms. Navigating Mental Health, a guide to finding support and wellness with private home care. You'll see they're all they're a little different, each one of them, but it gives you a different way. If you're trying to write information, and I don't know about you, but there's times that as creative as I am, I'm like, I can't think of anything to write right now. What am I going to write about? But once I have a title, if I have a title to it, I can flow. That's not a problem. Anybody else feel that way? Some of you else get kind of, I call it tongue-tied on the computer.
Yes.
Okay, well, here's the next. Look at this: compassionate counseling, supporting mental wellness with private home care managers. Your guide to aging well, private home care's comprehensive care management services. These again are just blog titles and information. Now, Nora or Deidre, do you either one ever have to write the blogs or come up with information?
We do not. Yay. We have someone for that. Thank
goodness.
God.
Thank goodness. But if they're not using chat, suggest that to them, because it will save them a lot of time and energy.
She probably is. She's a youngin. So
Well, you know, the thing is, though, so many of them, they're familiar with it, but they really don't know how to use it. So share that great information. And this just
So-
might, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just have a quick question. Okay, so one of these young people, they look at all those titles and they go, I want that one. And so they use that title. Would that then go like into a trash bin so that nobody else can use that same?
No. You
So
do not
everybody-
own any of this.
What's that?
You do not own this content.
So that means I could use that title and my neighbor could use that title and their neighbor could use that title.
It's a possibility.
Okay. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just trying to understand it.
Absolutely. But no, none of us own content like this. And they're giving you the suggestions. Now, you may tweak them. There's times that I have Chatty give me some ideas, and then I go, oh, but I can write it and I can say this. And that's really your whole point. But have I used titles specifically just like they are? Absolutely. Dawn, you've got your hand raised?
One thing I want to share is just let me move my hand. As you're using Chat GPT, it kind of gets to know you. And so once you start refining and asking questions, it develops your persona, so to speak, how you speak. So because you are uniquely you, the chances that if somebody put in that information on their end, it will come back with the exact same thing. It's
Correct.
very slim.
Thank you for sharing that, Dawn. That's true. Very true. Once it knows you, that's why that discovery challenge is so important. So it gets to know you personally. So it gives you suggestions, and it's going to give you words that you would typically use or things that you would typically say. Thank you for bringing that up, though, Dawn. Okay. Now I've got write an email to a potential family that we would like to be their choice and would like to set up a time to chat. And this would be Nora, Deirdre, either one here is how this was set up. Okay. I hope this message finds you well. And okay, that is a typical statement that you will always see Chatty usually give you. It's a common phrase. If you don't like that phrase, you put into your thread, Chatty, please do not use this phrase, da 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 da. Use this. Or you can say, I do not like that phrase, find something different. Okay.
you did your research on me.
How could you tell?
Hmm.
I hope this message finds you well. My name is Nora, and of course, last name, and I am reaching out to offer my support support as you navigate the process of finding the right care for your loved one. I am passionate about helping older adults age at home and would love the opportunity to discuss how I can assist your family. With a master's degree in gerontology and a deep understanding of the aging process, I am committed to providing the highest level. Now, and granted, I look at this and I go, okay, if I was Nora, I probably would not, depending on the person, if you've had any contact or not, would I go into growing up? No, probably not. Would I go into in my personal time? No, probably not. It depends on how much information you want to give. But either way, it cuts a lot of time out of this process when you're trying to write a letter or an email or anything and you want to do it quickly. I loved it the other night. I wanted to write a professional letter, and I gave it all the information. I gave it probably 3 paragraphs worth. And it come back and it wrote the most beautiful letter. I'm going, yes, that's what I was trying to say. So it just takes all the frustration out of it. And so how do you feel about this, Nora?
It's beautiful. I've actually used it for to write help me with a letter of recommendation. I couldn't find the right words before. And I've also used it, which is sad, to decline an applicant because I want to make sure it was professional and not it was just they weren't the right match for us.
Sure.
But it really helped me, and I'm just trying to learn how I can tweak it and make it more my words.
Well, once you get
That's what I'm learning.
exactly. And once you get it to learn you, it will start to sound like you. So the more often you tell it, these are words I don't use, I prefer these kind of words, or give it a different tone, the better off you are, because when it learns you, then it will start to speak like you. That's what Dawn was referring to.
So when you do that, I'm sorry, I have a question. So when you do, because I'm learning about how you change the words, do you just write? Because sometimes I say, can you shorten this? Can you change this? But do you just say, don't use X word, use this instead, and then it will change it?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
And you can also say, I don't like these words. Can you suggest additional words?
Got it.
Or I don't like this phrase, or there's a lot of terms that you'll start to see that you'll know, oh, that chat wrote that one, because you see it so often. So if it's words you don't use, you're better off to let it know right away. Don't use these words for me. And if it starts using, sometimes it'll use a vocabulary word that, you understand because you're in the industry, but somebody else might not. So always make sure you write where people can totally understand it from a 6th grade level. Very good. Thank you for asking that. Okay. Now I ask on this situation, can you take these 2 articles and tell me what is different about them? This is what with Tiffany Hockelman with Lone Orange. And she's part of the program. She's just been out enjoying vacation for several weeks here. Okay. But she had one, which is more important, branding or marketing, and your brand creates your perceived value. And when I asked it this to tell me what the difference was, it gave me the comparisons. So if you're trying to compare 2 things, you're looking at it, it can be even that you're looking at 2 different computers you want to buy. It can give you the comparisons on that. If you'll give them the stats, it will do that for you. This one told me on article 1, which is more important, branding or marketing. It tells you what the article is primarily emphasizing, the relationship. The author defines the branding and the understanding. And then on the second one, that article delved into how branding influenced the perceived value of business. So in summary, while both articles stress the significance of branding and business growth, they approach the topic from different angles. So article 1 emphasizes the relationship between branding and marketing, while article 2 focuses on how branding influences perceived value and customer perception. Now, is that not awesome that you can take that and compare something and get this information? I love that fact. Anybody else going to use that?
Can it also, sorry, can it also like if you put a whole article in, summarize like the top points?
Yes, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And typically when I put one in like that, Nora, I will say, chatty, totally give me a summary with bullet points. And that way I get, because I like to see the bullet points, but the summary gives me the whole essence of it. This I thought was fun. The prompt was, and again, garbage in, garbage out on a prompt. Got to make sure you put it in there. Chatty, could you write some quotes that Karen Hoffman, owner of Gateway to Dreams, Business Lodge, and Joy of Goals, it should be Joy of Goals, might say? Karen's on here, so I'm glad. This is interesting what it shared. Okay, believe in your dreams and take action to make them a reality. The path may not be easy, but the journey is worth it. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you to pursue your passions. Their energy will fuel your dreams. Don't let fear hold you back from chasing your goals. Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. Celebrate small wins along the way. Do these sound like Karen Hoffman?
What I love is I actually have done this just Googling and it takes so much longer. This is perfect.
Awesome. This is things you would definitely say.
I have a question that is not related to this, but the
Sure.
Facebook page we have, I just Googled it, or I thought I did, and I'm not getting it. What is our Facebook page for this group?
Absolutely. It's AI Discovery Lab.
Okay, I just did that in Facebook and I didn't get it. So I'm wondering what I'm doing wrong, because that's where we should put the discovery questions and our answers, right?
Right. We'll make
Okay,
sure
so-
you get to that, Karen. I'll go in
Okay.
and make sure there's not a problem, but
It's probably me, but thank you.
no problem.
Well, how about if I just invite her? Can I just do that?
I think you can.
That would be great.
You can try that. She should have already been invited, but
I think
sometimes
I'm in it, but I'm having trouble finding it.
I'll send you the link to it, Karen. How's that?
Oh, that's great.
Okay, so did we like those quotes that Karen could have said? I think they're perfect. For Pam Brown, I asked it to give me a quick, like 30-second information of when you meet someone at a networking event. And this is what it came up for Pam. And I grabbed this information from her company's website. So we offer innovative solutions that provide a real alternative for reaching your personal and financial goals. I've personally seen how these solutions have transformed our lives, thousands of them. So you see how it took, I mean, this was quite a long article area that they'd talked about, and it was about us with their company. And I took it down to this, just using Chatty. Now, Dr. Jen's not on here, but I want you to see some of the things and how it did. I asked it to write an article about Dr. Jen Martin. She was on our last program. Unlocking Wellness, Dr. Jen Martin's journey as a chiropractor. In the pursuit of holistic health and well-being, chiropractic care plays a pivotal role in restoring balance, alleviating pain, and enhancing overall vitality. At the forefront of this transformation field stands Dr. Jen Martin, a dedicated chiropractor whose passion. This was perfect to go on her about page. Do you see how it's so concise? And it could go straight to the front of her website and make it an easy process for people to get to know her very quickly. Isn't that great? Now, this was another one that we had in the last class that I wanted to see the differences. I am meeting someone for the first time at a networking event. How should I introduce myself? It started out, hello, my name is Peggy Dunn. I am a licensed professional counselor, certified health coach at Peggy Dunn Coaching. I help smart, driven professional women understand that emotional eating is a mind problem, not a diet nor exercise problem, allowing them to gain freedom by getting rid of the root cause of the emotional eating. Now, this is the first that they came up with, but I wasn't finished. Okay. Now, hi, I'm Peggy Dunn, licensed professional. We've got all that. That's what you just heard. Now, can you make it more interesting? That's all I said to Chatty. Hey there, I'm Peggy Dunn, the powerhouse behind Peggy Dunn Coaching. As a licensed professional counselor and certified health coach, I'm on a mission to empower smart, driven professional women like you. You see, I've cracked the code on emotional eating. It's not just about what's on your plate. It's what's in your mind. Let's dive deep, uncover those hidden triggers, and unleash the freedom you've been craving. Ready to rewrite your story? Let's connect and make it happen. Then we
Wow.
Then we said, can you make it more fun? Hey, I'm Peggy Dunn, your go-to gal for smashing emotional eating woes. Licensed professional counselor and certified health coach extraordinaire at Peggy Dunn Coaching. Picture this, a journey where we ditch the diet drama and kick emotional eating to the curb. Yep, it's all about rewiring those thought patterns and reclaiming your munchy mojo. Sound like a wild ride? Buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to embark on the ultimate freedom-finding adventure. Let's chat, laugh, and conquer those cravings together. Okay? Now, I said, can you make it more emotional? Hello, I'm Peggy Dunn, and I'm here to share something close to my heart. As a licensed professional counselor and certified health coach at Peggy Dunn Coaching, I've witnessed firsthand the silent struggles of smart-driven professional women battling emotional eating. It's more than just a physical battle. It's a deeply rooted emotional journey. I'm here to offer you a lifeline, a path to understanding and healing. Together, we'll peel back the layers, confront the pain, and find the freedom you've been yearning for. Let's embark on this transformative journey together, because every step toward healing is a step toward a brighter, more empowered future. What do you think?
Those are all just amazing.
This one I want to hear from all of you, because I want to talk about the changes here. Hey, Karen, what did you take away from this, and what did you like better?
I just like how you can actually hear the emotions in each one of them. So when you say fun, you can actually see that it's not just changing words, it's an actual like emotion that the AI is generated when somebody reads it. That's kind of how I feel.
True. I like that. Karen Hoffman, how about you?
Well, I agree. Every time it changed, it was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? This is what we can do. In marketing, you were talking about it earlier. Sometimes our brains, as creative as we are, do not come up with the prompts. And these are more than prompts. These are actually almost done. And I say
Right.
almost because you do want to, maybe there's two words you might want to say, but right now I'm borrowing close to my heart. I mean, to me, what I do is close to my heart, and I love that.
Sure. Hey, Marla, how about you?
I'm just amazed that this program can do all these things, because I struggle with coming up with all these words and feelings and all the professional things that I need to say. So this is great. This would be perfect for me.
Jenny?
I'm just thinking about how you could probably, if you want it to be more emotional, you could still take from the humor and add that, and you could combine things so that it's not just emotional or just fun, but it
How could
has,
it have to be fun and emotional?
yeah. But can you see them side by side?
In Perplexity, you could not in chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you print it out, or can you?
You can
Like,
copy and paste it to print out. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Thank you. How about Dawn?
I I like the second one because it just seemed very more it seemed more powerful in sharing the information. I do that's I think telling it the emotion you want it to portray when you're putting in your prompts really makes all the difference in the world. Because I've come up with some pretty amazing things. I was like, I never would have thought of that. Um,
It's like, yes,
you know,
that's
it's like,
exactly what I wanted.
yeah, that sounds like me, and that's the emotion I want to get out of it. So
Right,
that's
very
something
true.
I absolutely
Nora?
enjoy.
I'm sorry, Nora, how did you feel?
I think it's really neat. I'm with Marla. I am sometimes terrible at coming up with words to say, and I hate writing. So this is awesome how it has prompts. And also I like how it could be for different audiences, like whoever you're speaking to, you can change
Right.
the emotion to it. And I like that because even like in home care, one client is going to be more maybe emotional compared to someone else who's more, upbeat and more accepting. So I really like that you can adjust it even to whom you're talking to.
True, very true. Isn't it fun though, when you see what you can do and you keep changing it? And it makes it fun. It makes it a challenge to me. It's like, okay, what can I say to get what I really want out of this? And so when you learn to put the prompts in a little better and faster, it just makes all the difference. It's so much fun. Now I said on this one, I said, can you take these 3 testimonies and give us a short version of what Dawn's clients say about her? So Dawn's clients consistently praise her creativity, attention to detail, and commitment to excellence. They highlight her ability to bring ideas to life, innovate, and provide personalized attention despite her busy schedule. We might leave that out, Dawn. Dawn is credited with developing websites, establishing social media presence, and being an invaluable asset to their organizations. Her clients highly recommend her for anyone looking to establish, elevate, and expand their brand. So what'd you think about it, Dawn?
Wow.
And I just took the 3 from your website. I just took the top 3, put that in, and like I said, the prompt is strictly, can you take these 3 testimonies and give us a short version of what Dawn's clients say about her? Because when people say they want you to tell and brag on yourself, all of us, particularly women, have a hard time bragging on ourselves. We've been taught that's wrong. You don't do that's pride. So it's very hard to do that. But Dawn can come back and say, well, my clients consistently talk about my creativity, my attention to detail, my commitment to excellence. See how that sounds? That's a whole different feel to it. And it's their words. It's not like we don't feel like we're making up anything, which we would never do, but we don't feel like an imposter with that because this really came strictly from her clients. Pretty cool, huh, Dawn?
Very, very.
Awesome. Okay, let's move on to the next one here. Okay, can you take this information and write a short bio from Jenny Grace Morris? Here we go, Jenny. Okay. And this is strictly from the information you put into the chat to the Facebook group, okay? So I've not changed any on here. But Jenny Grace Morris is a dynamic voiceover artist and passionate historical reenactor dedicated to bringing stories to life through her versatile vocal talents. I'll agree with that. With a voice you recognize from everyday moments like press 1 if you know your party's extension, to the warm, inviting tones in commercials encouraging you to consider that cute puppy, Jenny's work resonates in various mediums, specializing in telephone prompts and children audiobooks. I don't know if that's accurate, but it came up from the other things. Jenny helps business owners create professional, engaging customer experiences, brings the magic of stories to young listeners. Her clear, expressive voice makes her an ideal choice for both corporate and creative projects. Beyond her voiceover work, Jenny embodies the spirit of influential women in history through her involvement with Voices of American. Her story, she portrays Susan B. Anthony, inspiring audiences to appreciate the importance of women's rights and the power of voting. Jenny's reenactments educate, motivate, and reminding us the process made and the work to still be done. Jenny's unique combination of vocal artistry and historical reenactment makes her a sought-after talent for business owners, children's authors, event planners, libraries, and historic sites looking to hire innovative historians. Whether through her voice or her performances, Jenny Grace Morris continues to make a lasting impact, celebrating the past and enriching the present. What do you think, Jenny?
I don't recognize this person, but I'd love to hire her.
But see, we do recognize that person. And that's your information. And that's
yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, they're certainly a better writer than me.
Well, as well, I understand. I could have not written that well either, but this just takes it. And now if there's things like, if you don't want to talk about, I think it's funny to press one to talk about it, maybe not advertise that's what you're available for unless that's what you want to do.
I would love to do that, actually.
Okay, well
I
then
would be
leave
really,
it.
but AI is replacing all of that. So that's where I'm not sure what to do. Like
I
to
think-
include it, not include it.
I think let's find out everybody else's thoughts. What do you think about it? What did it say to you when it said that press one? What did you do with it? Anybody want
I
to
was
share?
like, well, I just wanted to say, I thought, oh, I know that person now.
Right, right. Okay, somebody else want to share? Well, I personally think when it talks about the voice, press one, I think it gets people's attention. It makes her memorable with that. Even if AI's taken that away, and it may, and it's may not right away. You don't know who that's for. You know, depending on how companies adapt, how quickly. But either way, I think it's fun because people immediately relate to it. Everybody else feel the same way? Or you feel not?
Yes.
Okay, good. I think it's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Chatty, please give me 5 blog post titles for Sherry, who owns Smooch the Pooch. Make them a little more playful. You see, I'm telling them how I want it. Because I could just leave it at, make the blog post title for Sherry, who owns Smooch the Pooch. And that could be very serious. But these are not serious. Puppy love. How your dog deserves all the smooches. Wagging tails and kisses, the joy of pampering your pooch. Smooches and snuggles, creating a cozy haven for your dog. Are these cute or what?
Oh, yeah.
I love the positively perfect. Top tips for a happy, healthy pup. Isn't that fun?
Yes.
And I would imagine Sherry probably would have to sit and think on this a long time before she came up with this. Any comments?
These are all perfect for Sherry.
They are, aren't they? I said, Chatty, can you give me 3 social media? And Chatty knows I put SM for everything for social media. Post from Marla, who is a Juice Plus representative and is a 13-year double lung transplant recipient. And first of all, just kudos. We're so thankful you're here, Marla.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Here's the first one. And you'll notice Chatty does all this for us. Now, I'm a little cautious about starting off everything like that because everybody knows it's ChatGPT if you do that. So sometimes I'll leave just one. Sometimes I'll get rid of both of those. Totally up to you. And it's how you speak. If you use emojis on everything, put them in there. If you're not one to use them, leave them out. So celebrating life and wellness. 13 years ago, I received the most precious gift, a double lung transplant. Every breath I take is a reminder of that incredible journey and the amazing people who made it possible. Today, I'm healthier than ever thanks to my Juice Plus family. These little capsules of fruit and veggies have been a game changer, helping me stay strong and vibrant. Here's to health, happiness, and a lifetime of gratitude. Now, they also give you suggestions on your hashtags. If you don't like them, you can come back and say, Chatty, give me 5 more. Chatty, I don't like any of those. Give me 3 more around and tell them what. You've just got to guide them. So what do you think about that one, Marla?
I just think it's wonderful. It's
Okay,
it's just
Are you
expand.
allowed to use Juice Plus in your marketing?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good. Some of the companies you can't, so, okay. Okay, here's the second one. Boost your immune system. Now, I like the fruits with that one. As a double lung transplant recipient, keeping my immune system strong is my top priority. That's why I trust Juice Plus to give me the best nutrition from over 30 fruits, veggies, and berries. It's an easy and delicious way to stay healthy and vibrant. If you're looking to give your health a boost, let's chat. What do you think about that one?
Well, technically, I can't boost my immune system, so I can't do that because that'll
Okay.
cause rejection. But Juice
Okay.
Plus supports the immune system. But no, otherwise, it looks great.
Okay, but see, that's when you go in and you keep telling Chatty, We cannot say it boosts. We
Right.
can say support. And it will
Yes.
start to automatically recognize you and say those and not come up with this again.
Okay.
Here's the third one. Natural wellness from the inside out. My double lung transplant taught me the importance of nourishing my body with the best nutrition possible. Juice Plus has been my secret weapon, helping me thrive every single day. Join me in celebrating 13 years of new beginnings and discover the power of whole food nutrition. Your health is worth it. What do you think
I'm
about
sold. I'm sold.
that? And I'll make sure you get these as well, Marla. How's that?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Well, before we get into that, let's just go back a minute. Before we get into that, I want to go, or you know what? Let me go ahead and explain that. Okay. If you're interested, I'm getting ready to start a 6-month mastermind workshop. It's totally different. If you want information, that's all I'm going to say. Just reach out to me, because what I want to do is go back and let's talk about some of the things. I'm going to stop my share and let's talk here. Okay. When we look at all that we've done today, I threw a lot at you. The benefit you've got the video, and you'll be able to go back to it. What was the most impressive thing you saw? Nora, what would you say?
I think the quotes, I think that was really neat. And just asking them, and how you can really personalize. I mean, you pretty much can ask it anything and it just in seconds
Right.
gives you what you want to say, where it would take me forever and the stress to figure out what I want to say. It's amazing.
You're absolutely right. And you can even take someone else's quote and say, now, Chatty, after you've trained it, not now, because you haven't trained it yet, but after you've trained it, you can come back and say, how would I have said that? And let it give you a quote. And you may have some new quotes to be using.
How long does training usually, like, how long does it usually take for it to really figure out your voice?
It's not necessarily how long, it's how much you put into it, how much information you give it. The more you give it, that's why I gave you that list, because the more you give it of that, the sooner it starts talking in your voice.
Got it.
Hey, Dawn, for you, what was the I know you're real familiar with it. So was there anything aha or anything exciting?
I think just changing the different tones of information that's being shared or requested, it just really shows the quick versatility of ChatGPT, and that's one thing I've come to love.
Right there with you. Absolutely. Marla, how about you?
I just think the variety of phrases, the words, everything, just I'm just amazed, because I just struggle with coming up with different quotes, different words to use.
Well, I think we all do. And I think we all just like our clothing. We get in a rut of what we wear every day. We get in a rut of words we use every day. That sometimes it's even nice for Chatty to give us a new word and we go, oh, I kind of like that. I've used it before. Why would I not use it now? But I think that makes it fun and exciting too. Absolutely. Deirdre, how about you?
I'm still kind of stuck on the emotion part, because I feel like if AI generates like little blurbs, it's very cut and dry. It's just very basic words. But again, like not only the quickness, but how much emotion for something that doesn't have emotions is able to express.
Right, you're right. And that's the thing. It does not have emotion unless you tell it what to do, because it's not going to give you anything with an emotional portion to it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes. Very true. Okay. Jenny, how about you, my dear?
Well, you give it the facts, and then it creates it makes you sound more really exciting, and the vocabulary, the adjectives that they use to build you up, and now they do it in third person. So is that because I wrote it in third person originally? And so
Yes.
so can you take it and say, I want this in first person, second person?
Yep.
You can do that. Okay.
It could also take it and write it in another language for you. It can do anything you want in that respect, yes.
Okay.
So it's
Awesome.
like, for instance, our church, we have a lot of Hispanics. And so some of them only speak Spanish. Well, I only speak English. So tell them how much I appreciated them. I could rewrite something and ask it to do it in Spanish and give it to them.
I
Is
see.
it pretty
Okay.
accurate though? Because sometimes when you do English to Spanish, sometimes it's not always
Translation isn't always,
correct.
but my understanding from those I've done this with, say it's really close.
Okay.
So I'd say,
Just
and I'm
curious.
sure somebody's, if you're giving it to them and they know you don't speak Spanish, I'm sure they're gonna be a little more sympathetic on that. Not so worried about it as much. Okay. Hey, Karen, how about you? Oh, I think you're muted, Karen. Okay, you're still muted. You're still muted. I don't know why. Okay, no, you're still muted. Oh, bummer. Okay. I hate that for her. Okay. Well, now what I want you to think about is when you leave today, how fast are you going to get your discovery challenge finished? Because that's what you've got to do to get it to speak like you and to have your voice. Did you get it? No, she didn't. Okay. So Nora, how fast are you going to get yours done?
After this, I'm already done. I just have to put it into Facebook.
Awesome.
I'm just slow.
No, that's all right. But it's that important for you. And this is what changes all the dynamics. Dawn, do you agree? It changes
Yes.
everything. If you don't start out with this, it will give you some good information, but it will not give you great, and it won't sound like you. You know, when you want those titles to sound like you, when you wanted to say the words that you use, those kind of things. I loved putting in my website's being revamped. So I loved putting in what I already had, adding what I'm doing now and changing things and watching it come up with different information. It's like, yeah, that is kind of me. No, that's not me. You know, but you have that option and they're doing it so quickly that why not? You know, I would much rather speak. I would much rather do a video than I would to write anything. And so for me, this has been a game changer. Okay. So Marla, how about, you said yours is in there. I've got to go look for it.
Mm-hmm.
Add yours. Deirdre, when is yours going to be ready?
So I was not able to participate last week, so I still need to reconvene with Nora since she was out last week.
Right, no problem. No problem.
Honestly, Deirdre and I's would probably be about the same.
I figured they'll be really close. And a lot of yours can be taken directly from your company's website.
I've already did that.
Yeah, exactly. Take a lot of it because it's a company. It's not
my company, but it's a company.
It's who you work for. It's not your company. So that does make a big difference. So that's where I grabbed most of the information from. So, okay. And Dawn, have you got, I'm sure yours is already done. Just not in the form.
Yeah, I just need to, yeah, because last week was a little on the crazy side with our graduation. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and get it done and have it uploaded.
Oh, good. It looks like Karen's unmuted now.
Yeah, I couldn't find my Zoom because it was behind something, but I finally found it.
Oh, good.
I'm going to go back to the question. The two things that super impressed me was when you took that one phrase or one, paragraph and you asked it to come back in several different ways. I thought that was just so freaking amazing. And the other part is I'm someone that always feels like I never have enough time. There's so many things to do. I never have enough time. And I feel like this has just bought us almost unlimited time, that where we would spend our energy and our time, writing and researching. I mean, even just like those quotes you brought up, I would have been Googling that and copying and pasting them and Googling and for it to come up like that, it was just like, wow, that's 15 minutes or that's 20 minutes or, whatever it is. And it's like, almost like you're getting an employee that is doing this stuff for you, or you're using a service that is doing this stuff for you, which you are. But I think it's amazing, Karen. And I think you're doing an incredible job of educating us. From those of us that were hesitant, now we're like, you know, how soon can we get this up and be our friend, right, Marla?
Right.
Your new
So
best
I'm,
friend.
and I did put my, I wasn't happy with what I wrote for my discovery challenge, but I did put that in the group.
Oh, good, good. I'll look at those too. And many times it's just like business. Our businesses evolve. So your chat will evolve. So you'll start maybe getting involved in something else, or you know, you start using different terms, or you're maybe Jenny puts in there that she's a part of a new organization that has to do with acting, or you know, there'll be things like that they will evolve. And just remember to keep it in that same thread, and it remembers you. But you need to keep this discovery challenge in a file, because you want to be able to go back to that. Because if you run into an issue with the 4.0 now, the 4.0, and you can't do anymore, you can still work on the old platform, but you have to start a new chat. So if you're going to have to start a new chat with it, you know, till you wait till you've got time to come back to the other, then you need that information so it's speaking like you, and you're not having to fill in all that information. So that's why you want this saved, whether it be a Google Doc or just a Word document. You want it where you can copy and paste it at the top of each chat that you're doing something for you. You can also do different chats. You know, maybe you're doing something for an organization, or maybe you're the secretary of your church, or whatever it may be, that you've got different areas. You can have different threads. Just keep the same thing on the thread. Just make sure you don't overlap and put something in you shouldn't put in one thread to confuse it. Now, I'll tell you what I did when that happened to me is I went back and I thought, oh no, I just put something for my church on mine. And so here I go back to it and I'm like, okay, Chatty, the last 3 sections, remove those. Now, it doesn't remove it actually, but remove those and do not use that information. And it never came up in my thread again. So it had to have worked. So if you make that mistake, or you put something on your personal business thread and you're like, oh no, I don't want it talking about, you know, Jiffy peanut butter tomorrow, that you can tell it that you want it removed. And apparently it does. Okay. Any questions? Yes, Karen?
There is free versions and there are paid versions. And I believe you had talked about these before. Is there a paid version that is the one that you recommend?
Well, if you're going to do ChatGPT, there is a plus version that puts you you give much more time on the platform. It won't cut you off like it does now. I have intentionally had the paid version on Perplexity and kept chat without paying for the version, so I could be sure to tell you what it's like on the free version. And so for that reason, but if you go to the plus version, then you've got more access to it. You've got DALL-E on there for your images. You've got a lot of benefits to it.
And how much is that a month?
$20.
All right, thank you.
Perplexity is the same amount.
I'm sorry, what is the other one?
Perplexity. When you watch the other video, check out Perplexity. I'm not suggesting you go spend a lot of time there or go spend money on their paid version until you really get chat down. Then when you're comfortable with that, then you can move into something else. Okay?
So you this is something you would go ChatGPT and sign up, correct?
When you're on chat already, you've got
No,
chat.
are we on it? Or
No.
Nope, you have to sign up, don't you? Or is the
Okay, if you've not signed up, you're going to go to the OpenAI ChatGPT and sign up for the free version. Play with it first. Then it'll ask you anytime if you want to upgrade. It's a constant. They'll ask you if you can upgrade, and then you can upgrade.
I apologize if you guys have already done this. I just
That's okay.
Oh, no, Karen, I haven't either. I'm listening. So
Okay,
it's,
good.
so you go to the App Store and chat GPT,
It's openai.com chat GPT.
open,
That's in the App Store. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
open.
You can just go straight to it. You don't have to actually go to the, well, you would have to if you're doing it on your phone, yes.
Yes.
But on the computer, you don't, on desktop or laptop. Okay. Any last comments?
I posted for Deirdre and I.
Awesome,
So we're in
awesome.
there.
Thank you. Okay,
I
well, if you
think this should be a mandatory business class.
it should be. It really should be. Because we're at a point, though, that it's not going away. And people have to realize that they have to at least understand it. They don't have to necessarily know how to use it, because maybe in their company, somebody else is doing all the things. But I can't see a reason why you wouldn't want to learn it just for the things that it saves you time on. You know, I can put in there and say, you know, I'd like a recipe. Now you have to make sure it's not hallucinating. You want to know where the recipe's from, but something like that, or, you know, I want to clean my office. What would be the best way to start with that? Or I want to start filing things on my computer. What would be the best access and what would I use to do that? There is so much information. I mean, it's what we used to go to the library and look in dictionaries and, you know, all these other books that we've got. And it's all at our fingertips and so quick that why anybody would not want to learn to use it, I don't understand. Other than
Something I found really interesting. We had an AI brief class with Alka, and they talked about you can make your itinerary for vacation. So I asked for it to make an itinerary for me for my kids at the beach, the location, and it came like with ideas like what to do. Like it was so neat. I'm like, oh, there we go. I don't have to think about it as much.
Well, yeah, well,
It's
exactly,
really
because then
neat.
you just fill in the blanks. No, I don't want to do that, but oh, never would have thought of
Exactly.
this. That's the thing.
Mhm.
Even with the writing, it's
Yeah.
just that you're making me sound good,
Really
Jen.
neat.
Okay, well, I appreciate all of you being on here, and we will see you next week. And if you've got questions, don't hesitate, let me know.
Thank you,
Bye.
Karen.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Right.
you.
Thank you.